Hi everyone, my name is Mia. I'm 16. I have an older brother, Eric. He is 6 years older than me. Since an early age, he has looked after me and played with me. He loves me with all his heart, and so do I. I like spending time with him, just fooling around. To me, he's always been more than a person to talk to. He's been a real man. Eric stood up for me every time I got into trouble. Sometimes he got on my nerves. We quarreled and even fought, but always made peace. That's because we are very close. When Eric turned 20, he got a girlfriend. That changed his behavior. After university, Eric spent time with her, often ignoring my attempts to spend an evening with him. He shut off himself from me. He bought flowers, gifts, all for his crush. Her name is Olivia. He said she was amazing. She was good at housekeeping and was just a great person. He said he couldn't have dreamed of a better girl. I couldn't listen to all these sweet things about her. My brother had dated other girls before, but their relationships were short-lived. I thought that his current relationship wouldn't last long either. My brother deserves the best. I'm not sure that there is such a girl on this planet who would make a good enough match. What if she's a wrong girl? In other words, I was extremely skeptical about his choice. After a month of dating, Olivia was invited to meet the family. At dinner, she behaved with dignity. She had good manners and she told us about herself and her hobbies, rowing and foreign languages. Despite being 19, Olivia was talking as an adult. After dinner, she helped my parents clean the table and wash the dishes. She made a good impression on everyone, except me. I felt there was some catch in her behavior. No person can be perfect. She surely had some flaw. Eric noticed I was unhappy and decided to talk to me in private. I explained everything to him. He grinned and said that she wasn't perfect, just like everyone else. For example, she was scatterbrained and wasn't a good cook. But he was ready to put up with that. All her flaws were compensated by virtues. Then I stopped him saying that I had enough of stories of her virtues. He smiled at me. In his eyes, I saw that he fell in love. A month later, Eric told me he'd propose Olivia. And the wedding would take place in 2 weeks. We were shocked. Was Eric ready for such a serious step? I tried to talk to him, but he said that he'd made a decision and was happy. He and Olivia were going to move to a separate apartment, bride's parents' wedding gift. Mom and Dad would pay for the wedding, and Eric would also add his savings. Everything was happening so quickly, I did not have time to come to senses. Why is Eric getting married right now? He's young and he barely knows Olivia, I thought. Or maybe she just wants to take my brother away from me. He's a good, naive and hard-working person. A dream man. I can't give him to her. If he makes the wrong choice, then he will long be regretting. I decided to prevent Eric from making a mistake and disrupt the wedding. I got a clear plan in my head. First, I put a small explosive in the wedding cake. Second, just before the ceremony, I cut the bride's dress and exchanged it with another dress. A loose and ugly one from my friend's mom's wardrobe, which she was going to throw away. And the last thing, I found Olivia's parents in social media and downloaded a video of her bathing when she was a little girl. A bit of Photoshop and some still sounds, and I was done. I wanted to play this video instead of the one with Olivia's parents' congratulations. The wedding day has come. The newlyweds were busy running around. I did everything I planned. I was just waiting for the right time. The wedding was attended by about 100 people. When the newlyweds came in, all guests saw the terrible dress Olivia was wearing. She could barely hold back the tears, but Eric was comforting her. Then her parents took the floor to say their wishes to the bride and groom and present their gift. Next, the newlyweds had to cut the cake. And at that moment, I took the remote control and detonated the whole thing. Olivia ran away crying. It was a commotion. No one understood who did all this. I thought that Eric would definitely stay with us after all what happened, and Olivia would break up with him. Eric couldn't stop Olivia, so he ran up to me and started yelling. He knew it was me. He took me to some room and demanded an explanation. He heard my arguments, clamped down, and said that I had no one else but him, and he understood what I was feeling. But I had to let him go if I wished him happiness, and he was happy with Olivia. And I ruined his happiness. I burst into tears, but that was true. Eric tried to comfort me, and we agreed that I would apologize to Olivia. Olivia was such a sweetheart. She forgave me. It turned out she was in my shoes once, but she didn't spoil anyone's wedding. I apologized once again, and we went back to celebrate. Fortunately, guests were still there. Olivia rented another dress. There was no cake, but the ceremony was still a blast. Thanks for watching. Like the video and subscribe to this channel. Write in comments whether you have brothers or sisters. Have you had similar story in your life?